Hey Roy, I'm going to answer your question. Thanks for keeping it brief. Um, can you explain your strategy in this game without mentioning Leah or Owen and touch on what makes your game so well rounded? Um, this was a tough question for me because explaining my entire game without Owen and Leah is kind of like asking you to explain your game without your comp wins. Um, but I did have some main goals that didn't have anything to do with Leah and Owen. I mean, they ended up like originally, but they ended up having to do with them because they were players in the game. Um, I'll list my main goals and then try to talk about them without mentioning Leah and Owen as best as I can. So, staying under the radar, aligning with the targets, striking before I could be taken out, making selfish moves that benefited only me, playing the game week to week initially, then long term as the game went on. Um, Only win when I needed to or when it was convenient for me to win, and to play both sides of the house. Um, I think all of these things prove that I have a well rounded game because, on top of these strategic and social moves, I also won some competitions, and I think people forget about that. Um, as much as we were hard on you because you're always winning competitions, like I think what you're missing was the social game in your game, and I think I did have it. And I, as even though I didn't have as many comp wins as you, I still tried to have a better social game. Staying under the radar and aligning with the targets was huge in my game. Aligning with you initially was huge because you had proved yourself that you could win competitions. You were a force to be reckoned with in this house, and that's how it had to be. Striking before I could be taken out was also huge because things like Austin, Austin's eviction. Um, I was worried that down the line that Austin might figure things out because he was playing both sides of the house. I was pretty sure, um, and take me out because I was doing the same thing. So striking before I could be taken out was huge. Also with Adam because I'm gonna say Owen's name, but this doesn't have to do with Owen. I think if Adam had realized how close Owen and I were, he could have taken me out if he had won something. Making selfish moves that benefited only me. I know I lied a lot in this game, and it's a game to me, and lying doesn't bother me in this game. If people lied to me, of course I would be upset, but I wouldn't hold it against them. Um, Making some of the moves that benefited me directly were taking out Kyle. It kind of got you to consider maybe not going against me, even though I was kind of going against you because there were pairs in this game that wouldn't have kept us around at all. Um, Playing the game week to week initially was really important because I was playing such a floated game, it wasn't even funny. As Lexi, I knew I couldn't win. I couldn't show myself as a competitor. I knew I had to be social, but I couldn't be too social. I needed to play week to week, play both sides, see where people's heads were at for long-term decisions later in the game. And once I won HOH week 8, and starting in week 7 when I started making Final Four deals with people, I knew I was making long-term decisions, and even especially um, if I was trying to keep Josh here. Like when I was trying to keep Josh here, it was to take out Owen, and that was going to be a long-term game move for my game. But when people were too stupid to vote him out, that's when I knew that I needed to start working with Owen because no one was going to go against him. Only winning when I needed to or was convenient for me to win was also really big because it allowed me to continue to be a social and strategic player and control the house without actually having to win anything. I kept myself safe week after week, trying to talk to everybody and make it abundantly clear that there were bigger threats in this house, including you and Owen. And playing both sides of the house, I played both sides of the house this entire time, and up until pretty much when I was HOH week 8 and it became 5 against 1. And it was um, Eli, Mikey, Adam, and Owen against you. I really didn't mean to alienate you, but I had to pick a side, and I'm sorry I couldn't pick yours. You're too big of a target. I know I was shielding behind you a little bit, but I mean, not a little bit, a lot. But I knew that if I stuck with the 5 and didn't go against the main group, that I would be able to get farther in this game. And I hate when people do that. I hate majority alliances, but by taking out Austin and Kyle, I weakened you a lot, and nobody wanted to work with you anymore. So those are basically my main goals coming into this house, and I think I think my game was well-rounded, and I think if you also watch the other videos, you'll see other things that I did, but those were the main goals that I had in this game. And I understand that we did not really get along at the end of this game. It's nothing personal against you. I do have problems with your friends, but that's a whole other thing. I do think you are the company that you keep, and I would love for you to prove me wrong, but a lot of things have been said, a lot of shade has been thrown, and I'm not okay with a lot of it. But I want you to remember that you are a competitor in this game. You respect this game. You played with your heart. You won as many things as you needed to try to stay in this game. And I want you to not be bitter and realize that there was somebody who played this game and then there's somebody who didn't. And I don't think it's fair to reward somebody who didn't play the game when there's somebody who really did play the game. And I really hope you consider voting for me, Roy. It would mean a lot. Thanks.